Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you this Bionaire, if I pronounce her name correctly, window fan. Now, my family wanted to get some of these for our house, and we did some research on the different ones on Amazon, and went with this one. Of course there was Holmes and Lasco, and some other companies that were interesting, kind of like this one. So we bought two of these. Now they are kind of expensive, but we're going to try them out, and I already opened up one of them, so I'll share some different things with you about this fan. From what I have seen from the other one, it is pretty decent quality. It's actually very good quality. So here's the front of the box, as you can see, and like I said, we got two of these off of Amazon. So here's the front of the box. Both of the sides are the same. You kind of get some information. Sorry for the lighting. It just talks about the fan. On the back you have the same as the front. Also interesting to note is that this fan comes with a remote control and also has a temperature thing right here, so it'll turn the fans on and off to keep whatever temperature you type in to here or enter that temperature in your house. But anyway, of course I already said that side is the same thing. And let me get my knife here. We'll open it up. Always be careful with knives. Point them away from you so you do not cut yourself. Sometimes it's hard to point them away from you due to how you may have to cut it. And don't be all weird in the head. I'm not talking about what you think. I'm just talking about cutting a box open. Okay? Anyway, we'll close this knife, and now that we have the package open, we'll take a quick look inside. You can see you have the fan unit here. You have two little side panels to make it fit into your window. And there's a handle right back here so you know how to pull it out. We'll pull that out. Move the box out of the way. It's probably going to want to tip over, so we'll let it do that. Of course you have your little panels. This goes on the inside. Of course that's the outside. We'll show you a bit more about that later. And of course also in the box you get your manual, which shows you how to use the fan. Put the box to the side. It's not the best of quality box, but whatever. You get this recycled cardboard type packaging. And we'll move the manual out of the way and these things out of the way for right now. Now we'll get to the main attraction here, if I can get it the correct way. Oh, also in this mess you have your remote, which is right here. We'll get to that in a little bit. So take the plastic off of the fan itself, move that off to the side, and there is the front of the fan, if I can get it in the camera. There you go, there's the front. You can see you have the motors on the inside side of the fan, so if it rains or something unexpectedly, you won't have to worry about that. I do not know if it's waterproof, so I wouldn't recommend keeping it in the window while it is raining. We'll take this little tag on here. It just talks about the fan real quickly. Kind of like a quick start guide that you get with your iPod. But anyway, some of the features on the fan, as you can see here. We'll plug it in a little bit to show you more about that. Of course, we'll take a quick look at the back of the fan. Sorry about the lighting again. You can see each fan blade has 6 blades on it. So it actually does push a good amount of air. And we'll set it down for right now. We'll take this twist tie off. Of course, this fan, like all the new fans of today, have a fuse in it. We'll take this cord. Let me get an extension cord set up here, and we'll take a look at it. If I can find a place to plug in the extension cord. There we go. And I'm coming back. Sit down here. Oops, sorry for bumping the camera. And we plug it in. Now when you plug it in, the first thing you will notice is that this digital display will turn on, and that is the current temperature of the room that this fan is placed in. So as you can see in here, it is 79 degrees Fahrenheit. I do not know if you can switch it to Celsius, but that is Fahrenheit. You have your little sensor here for the remote. Oh, and we will get to the remote right now. I do not have any AAA batteries. This remote takes 2 AAA batteries, which go in the back. The only problem with the remote is this little opening area here is really hard to get open. You have to kind of push that in and pull it up at the same time. It's kind of a nuisance, but once you get the batteries in, it's done. So, of course, you'll have power. You have temperature up and down, so you can control what temperature you want it to be in the room for how often the fans come on. You also have mode, which we will get to on the fan in a little bit. And you have airflow, which we will also get to the fan, or on the fan in a little bit. So, that is all for the remote. Very simple. Back to this display here. Try to find a comfortable position to hold it so I can show you. Well, here, we'll just zoom in on it so that's easier for me to hold it here. So, you want to turn it on. You see speed here, which is also power. And it automatically turns on as low, and it's blowing in right now. So it's blowing towards the camera. So, there you go. That's what it's like on low. And then you push speed again, or power, to turn it to medium or high. Now high does push a very good amount of air. I was very surprised. And of course off. And if you push it really quickly to turn it back to low, it'll keep all the settings that you set it at. Now, one thing that I did notice, and we will look at the out and the exchange in a little bit, but when it is blowing air out, it does not push a lot of air due to the blades are curved for blowing air in. So it's really good for blowing air in, but not very good at blowing air outside. So, talking about out, let's turn it on again. We have low. We'll push airflow over here. It turns to out, and it automatically shifts to pushing the air out. We'll turn the fan around to show you. That is low on out. Now I'll push it to medium and high. Of course, not a lot of air compared to high blowing in, but still pretty decent. And we'll turn it off. We'll turn back this way again. Turning the fan on again, we push airflow, and it kept out, it remembered, and turn it to exchange. Now this fan will blow in, and this fan will blow outside. And of course you have medium and high. And then we'll turn it back on again. We'll turn it back to in, so it's at normal. Now this little mode button here, all it does is turn on this auto on, and I really haven't experimented enough to figure out what that does, but I believe what it does is it turns on the temperature control for it'll keep like a certain temperature, so it'll turn on the fans once in a while whenever it needs to. So that's what that is. Or you can just turn it off, and I believe that'll just keep the fans going all the time. So we'll keep that on. You have this little light bulb right here button. Push that and it dims this display right here for at nighttime in your room if you wanted. I was kind of disappointed that it didn't dim these LEDs, but whatever. So we'll turn it back to bright again. Over here you have plus and minus, which is for this display. Now when you push minus, of course, it goes from 60 degrees to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Anywhere in between there, you can choose the temperature of your room. So we'll just keep it at some random temperature like 71, just so the fans stay on for this video. But you can set it to wherever you want and it'll turn back to what the temperature of the room is right now. And it's getting a bit warmer because of the lights for the camera. But anyway, and then we've already experimented with airflow. So overall, I am pretty pleased with this fan. Once again, it's Bionaire or Bionaire or whatever it's called. I mean, I'm not good with pronouncing this name, but I would recommend it. It is a very good quality window fan. So, hope you enjoyed this video, and also please comment, rate, and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. Also, one thing that I did forget to mention were these things right here. So, these, you get 2 of them. You can pull them apart for whatever size window you have. In my case, I will only need 1. So you just bring it over here and slide it on. And it fits nice and snug on the end there. On the other end, you don't need this one for the other end. All you do is pull these tabs, pull that one out, and pull that one up. And then this will extend that far. I don't know how much it is, didn't measure it, but it's a very nice feature, so it'll fit to any size window very nicely. Let's say you want it all the way out here, so just pull it out way out there and lock it in, and there you go. Now it is set for your window, if your window is that big. So it gets pretty big, and like I said, you can also add this one to that other end to make it fit. So, just thought I'd add that extra bit. Thank you.